A randomly selected object is not just predicted but also produced. Want to find out how? Keep watching. Hey, welcome to Quantum Magic Lab. My name's Kevin Quantum and I am a magician-scientist hybrid. Every day I'll be teaching a new magic trick, sometimes easy, sometimes difficult, but always amazing for your audiences and with easy to find objects, most of which you'll already have in your house. I'll not just be telling you how this works, but also the real secrets of why this works. I'm a magician-scientist hybrid after all. I really need your feedback to make these better, so remember to comment below. Tell me if you like it, tell me if you don't like it, but most importantly, tell me why, so then I can improve this. So please subscribe just here. I do these every day. This is just so you do not miss out on any future content. All right, let's do this. Go Magic Lab! Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Magic Lab with me, Kevin Quantum, and
Olivia Quantum.
that's right. Here we're going to teach you some really super cool tricks today. One using this, something that we made earlier, which is called our magic envelope.
Yeah.
Magic envelope. So inside all of this, there is a bunch of small pieces of paper. You can have a look at this. This can be examined by anyone if you want. But on these little pieces of paper are lots of small things that are written. You won't be able to see these on the camera. They're really, really small. So this one says chair. This one says cards. This one says bowl. Lots of different things on lots of different pieces of paper. Actually, let's. I'm going to run forward with a few of them so you can see. So there's bowl, pencil, shoes. What's this one? Laptop, and lots more as well. So the next thing we're going to do, lots of different things on lots of different pieces of paper. There's probably about 10 in total, Olivia. Yeah, okay, so take them all. I want you to help me with this. And I want you to roll them up into small little balls really quickly, as fast as you can. Roll them up so there's lots of small little balls. That's really important. Do that now for me. Do that now. Excellent work. Lots of small pieces of paper. Can you take them for me, please, if you don't mind? And pop them inside the magic envelope. Just do that now for me. Good stuff. Give them all a shake around. Good. Oh, that one jumped out. Pop that one back in. Good stuff. Now, I am going to reach into the magic envelope with my hand and take one of those out from the envelope. Okay, so make sure there's no funny business, Olivia. Watch very carefully. Okay, so I'm going to reach in, take one out. Here we go. And that is going to be, oh, they're all stuck to the bottom. I think it's going to be this one just here. So you take that one for me. Hold. In fact, open it up. Have a look at it, but don't say it out loud. So unfold the piece of paper. No, don't say it to me, no. Just imagine that object for me. Okay, don't say it out loud. Have you got it? Okay, think about it in your head. Think about it. Look at me, look at my eyes, look at my eyes. Was it toilet roll?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Okay, unfold that still. Let's make sure so everyone can see when you fold it all the way back up again. We're going to run quickly to the camera so you can see that's exactly what it says. I'll just speed this up. But all I'm doing is running to the camera. Normally you wouldn't have to do this, but here we go really quickly. I'll just cover you up. There we are. Toilet roll. We'll go back again. But not just that, Olivia. Would you be impressed if actually, and you can examine all of this, you can make sure there's only one toilet roll. I predicted this right at the start, because if you look very carefully at this beautiful magic envelope, it's actually a prediction. And those lines that are drawn on it actually say a word. If you hold it up like this, what's it say?
Toilet roll.
Toilet roll, no way! Again, I'm going to show the camera this really quickly. Try and hold this on its end. And do this so you can see. Oh, that's really good there. So hopefully you'll be able to see.
See with one eye.
That it says toilet roll, and that is written in secret code on the magic envelope. I'm gonna rip this up a bit. Count them again just to make sure.
1, 2,
Do you remember how many there was at the start?
5, 6,
12 pieces of paper inside the envelope.
That one. Where's the other one?
Oh, what's this? Not just that, but a toilet roll actually appears inside the envelope as well. How cool is all that?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so lots of stuff going on there in today's lesson, and I've kind of ruined the prop a little bit. But let's break it down into all its individual elements. This is a mind reading trick with an envelope and a prediction hidden on the envelope, and lots of small pieces of paper, and somehow you are going to try and make sure that you choose the right piece of paper. So let's deal with that first of all. So nothing's gimmick, nothing's funny, and these are genuine small pieces of paper. Can you unfold them for me please, Olivia? If you don't mind, just do that now.
I'm unfolding the toilet roll.
Good. Just unfold them all, put them on the table there. All these pieces of paper genuinely have different things written on them, and the secret is this: that when you start rolling these up, you make sure that you get hold of a toilet roll. So just to start with, what you need for this is lots of small pieces of paper cut up with things written on them, a sheet of A4 paper, which I've got here, a pen, and a ruler, and a toilet roll. And so hopefully you'll have a few of these in the house. I think a few of you can stockpiling them. So the first thing is this: you have the envelope set up. There's nothing funny with this. This starts off in your pocket under the table or somewhere where you can easily get to it. And all of these pieces of paper start off nice and flat so people can read them. So they start in the envelope. The envelope you make with a piece of A4 paper. And all I've done with that piece of A4 paper is fold it over the edges here and here. These two, let's just fold it over a little bit, and I've stuck them down with sellotape, and that has made my envelope. And normally it would look open all the way like this. And then I've written on one side magic envelope, and on the other side it looks like I've just drawn a fancy pattern, but that is actually your prediction, which we're going to get to drawing that in a second as well. So first of all, let's start with how to do the prediction. This is what I've called the long line code ever since I was a kid, when I was really interested by codes. And this was a great one because it looks like it's just a fancy decoration, but when you hold it at the right angle, as we've already seen, it quite easily says toilet roll. The best way to read that, by the way, when you do this yourself, is to cover one eye and then try and tilt it until you find the right angle so that it reads properly. So to do this properly, you need a piece of paper, a ruler, and a pen. And we'll just start. We'll do our own quick little one-line code here as well. Olivia's still getting on with that. I'll move that over to you, Olivia. And let's write out somebody's name. Let's write out a name. So let's say the name is 4D. Okay, so we're going to draw a big long line. So 4D, if you're going to write that normally, is F-O-R-D-Y, just like that. 4D. Now under each of those letters we're going to draw a really big F. So you get your ruler, the first line we're going to draw is the massive line that happens on the F. Then the bits that stick out, the two lines that stick out on the F, those two lines just there, we're going to draw them there and there, but make them really small. So one there and one there. Next we're going to do the O, and the O is going to look like a big square, because we're only drawing straight lines, so you can't draw circles with this, but you can draw a big line and then draw a little line at the bottom to make the O, and then another line up like this. So that's our O. The R, the same again, the back line along the R, there's going to be one big massive line like this. The O is going to be like we did before. It's going to be like a straight edge circle, but it's going to start at halfway. So put a line there and then draw that big O back up again and across. And then the R is going to come out just from where that meets the circle at the top of the R meets the join. We're going to draw a slightly diagonal line like that, and then we're going to draw the D, which is going to be quite similar, but with slight diagonals on it. So let's draw it like a triangle. Like that. And then last but not least, the Y, which is going to be, for me, I think, let's do it again like an upside down U. So 2 lines like this, 1 big line along the back, and then a small line, and up, and then a little line into like that. Now all the lines that go the long way, they stay exactly how they are, but the lines that go across the way, so for instance if we take, this is what it looks like now, which looks like just lines on a piece of paper, but we take the 2 small lines at the top of the F, that's here and here in the small line code, we're going to turn them into rectangles and then colour them in like that, Olivia, do you see that? So big rectangles, you see those rectangles? They're the same with the O. There's a line at the top there, and there's going to be a line at the bottom, we'll turn those into rectangles. Then the R, so at the top of the R, same thing again. Then at the middle where it joins. Now the D, we'll probably leave that as it is, and then the same with the middle of the Y, and also the bit of the Y that comes up. So, if I take this now and I turn it on its angle, it should say, make that Y at the bottom as well, just a bit clearer. You read that, Olivia? I'll bring that to the camera as well so you can all see it. Okay, it's just at the top, you can make out F, O, come on camera, there we are, R, D, and then last of all the Y at the end, 4D. Right, so now what we've done with our one, is did the same thing, but it says toilet roll. We've done exactly the same process, but we've written that on here, and then just to make it look pretty, I put a box around it and then lots of red lines and some things to cover the corners as well. That makes it look pretty. On the other side I write the words magic envelope, and that's the envelope done. We all done that, Olivia? The second thing we have are these small pieces of paper that we showed earlier. And each of these small pieces of paper has a word written on it. You've seen them already. I have 8 or 9 of those. Yeah, looks good, Olivia. We can spread them all out. Good stuff. Now the next thing, this is a really sneaky move that you're going to do. But as you take these and ball them up into balls, what you're going to do, so just ball this one up here. I'll start over here. You're going to get help from the audience member to do this. You're going to pick up the one that says toilet paper, and you're going to put that into a small ball, and then you're going to hide it in your hands. Or you're going to put it next to you just for the time being. And you make up other small balls. So you do that with all of them, so you quickly do it. So you always keep track of where the toilet paper one is. Then at the end, just imagine we've done it now. You're going to move them all into the middle. You pick up the toilet paper one in your hand really sneakily. And then as you do that, you pick up the envelope. So I've now got the toilet paper one just in my hands like that. What I'm going to do is I pick up the envelope and see, you can examine the envelope for me, have a look at it, make sure it's normal. They're going to have a look at the envelope. While they're doing that, you're going to take that small piece of paper and then push it into that space right there between your thumb and your finger. Just right in there. They cannot now see that piece of paper. It's hidden really well in that gap, right in that space right there. You see I'm doing that? So there it is there. See that, Olivia? And when you close your hands like that, you cannot see it. It's a really sneaky place for it to hide paper. So now when all of those, you're going to do it, yeah, let's have a look. So you have to make it super small. So that's a really good point. I'll get rid of mine just now. I'm going to squash that up super small. So it's so small, like that. So that's what you're going to do with the toilet paper one. And then stick it right in there. Push it all the way in. Good. Then hold your hand like that. So you can see. You cannot see that Olivia's hiding that in your hands, even though it's there. It's pretty good, isn't it, Olivia? And the next thing that's going to happen is you're going to put your hand inside of the envelope. They won't do that. They won't do that. You don't say, look, my hand is empty. I'm going to take one out of the envelope. So you hold your hand up at this stage. I'm going to now take one out of the envelope. You take the envelope and you put your hand inside. But when your hand's inside, I'm going to show you this so you can see what you do. You curl your fingers around like this. Put your hand right up like that, Olivia. And slowly drop that piece of paper into your fingers. You're going to have to practice this. Try and do it. Just move your thumb like this, back and forward. That's it. Catch it. Curl your fingers. You'll drop it on the. That's it. You caught it. Well done. So I've caught it there in my fingers. So I'll show you that again. So I curl my fingers around there. Pretend like I'm getting a piece of paper, but I'm curling my fingers around. That drops there into my hand. I've now got the one I want. You have to practice this. You pull it out and then you say, okay, take that one for me. I don't want to have a look at it, but unfold it. So now, oh, dropped it on the floor, just over there. So now you've made them choose toilet paper. So they have that now in their hands. Ah, you see, sneaky, isn't it? Very sneaky. And they're going to unfold that and it's going to say toilet paper. So the next part is now you have to say, look at my eyes, look at me, look at my eyes. Just think of toilet paper, think of, and you pretend to read their mind, but you already know what it is. Is it toilet paper? They say,
yeah.
so first of all, wow, how did he read my mind? That's really amazing. And see, this is all examinable. You can have a look at everything. Make sure there's no other toilet papers in there. All of that sort of stuff, because you've already taken the toilet paper out and sneaked it away. Then you flip it round and say, but not just that. I knew that toilet paper was going to be chose. I made a prediction and you show them this and everyone's like, what? I don't see anything there.
No,
And you say, yeah, but that's because you're looking at it the wrong way. And you tilt it like this, and then you show them quite clearly it says, what does it say?
Toilet roll.
Read it out nice and loud.
Toilet roll.
Toilet roll. And then I've already ripped up this, and then you can pass it, and you say to everyone, okay, hands up if you want to see the toilet roll, hands up if you want to read this as well, hands up, put your hands up if you want to read it. You want to read this next, so then you can pass it round, but then before you do that, you just snap your fingers and say, what? A toilet roll appeared from inside of it.
But when did you put it there?
When did I put it there? It's a really good question, Olivia. So what happens is this, when you rip that out, that'll stand on its thing like that. Now this, I hide in my pocket just here. So when I say to my person, my spectator, my audience member, can you read that out for me? And they're reading that out, my other hand goes down and sneaks out the toilet roll from my pocket. So now I'm hiding the toilet roll just down like in my hand like this. Then I unfold that with one hand so it's like this, and I'll say to someone, does anyone else want to read it? Put your hands up in the air so I can see. Put your hands up in the air. And now what I do is I move the paper down and I sneak the toilet roll behind the paper like this. So now I'm holding the toilet paper behind the toilet roll like this. It's very sneaky, isn't it? So who wants to read it? Because some people don't trust me that it says toilet roll. So now when I put that down, what I'm doing is actually putting it down like that. So some people don't trust me that it actually says toilet roll on there. So how about I do this instead? And then make a toilet roll up here. The end. Huh? And how amazing is that? That's pretty cool, isn't it? Lots of steps here. There's a whole bunch of stuff in this, and everything's really important. So from making the envelope and cutting out the paper and having that in your pocket, that's all the preparation. If your fingers are small, then make sure these pieces of paper are really small. That's the reason for that. So you get the paper, this ready, you do the long line code. Once you've got the piece of paper ready, then you dress up the envelope. That's really important. If you don't want to have to rip it, you can maybe use a paper clip on the end there and on the end here rather than sellotape. I've used sellotape just because I was in a bit of a rush. So there's the paper element, there's a long line code element, there's a sleight of hand element where you have to take that piece of paper from there and then sneak it into your hands and drop that down like that. That's one you have to practice, isn't it? And if you're getting stuck, one thing you could do is when I picked up the envelope, so you pick up the envelope with your hand like this, with your left hand, I'll leave it open just now, and as that hand goes in, you make the curl, then you just stick your finger like that and help that dislodge the piece of paper. So I'll show you that once again, another little insider tip you can use. This will be hidden by, so you hold the envelope like that, as your hand goes in, behind these fingers, this finger comes out, I'll show you from the side so you can see, and it just knocks that piece of paper into your hand like that. So now it's already there, then you pull it out like this to say, look, I've got one piece of paper. Now that's already been taken out. So there's sleight of hand, there's a long line code, there's a setup beforehand, and then finally we've got our first We've got 3 reveals in this one. It's a proper magic trick, like a professional would be happy with this. First of all, you've read someone's mind. Second of all, you predicted. And then third of all, you actually make the object appear that you predicted using sleight of hand. So you cut the envelope open, and this final move is, does anyone else want to read this? Hold your hands up in the air if you want to read it. So what I did there was, I have the piece of paper come down, I'll do it behind, so this is done behind the table. So you have your hands like this and say, hold your hands, so this piece of paper comes down like this, hold your hands up in the air if you want to be able to read this. And as you do that, so this piece of paper comes down, it meets underneath the table, it meets me, the toilet roll, that goes under there like that, this hand goes up, hold your hand up in the air if you want to read this, and you put that down like that, and as you put it down, you drop the toilet roll behind and leave it like so. You can bring your other hand in so it doesn't fall over, like so. Put your hands up in the air and just repeat the question nice and high. Put your hands up nice and high if you want to read it. Olivia says me, 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 and then say, in fact, you know what? It's really hard to read from where you're sitting, so instead, how about I make it appear instead? You make it appear, you get your applause. Really complicated, really long trick, this one, but it's a really creative one with all the things you can use at home, and it's getting closer and closer and closer to being one of these ones that a professional magician would actually perform. This is something I invented myself, so have fun with it and play with it, and yeah, it's such good fun, so really do enjoy yourself in the presentation of it. So the science behind this one, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on, but I want to focus mainly on the codes. When I was younger, I loved writing little secret codes to my brother. This was one of the ones that we used, a long line code. Another one that we used was the alphabet code, or the 1, 2, 3, 4 code. So every letter of the alphabet corresponds with a number. Just like that. And you can write down letters using numbers instead, and then only if you know the code can you crack the code and be able to work out what is being said just by looking at lots of numbers. So how about at the end of this, I'll set you a challenge, I'll write something down, and you have to then solve out what it says for the next lesson. Does that sound good? But codes have been used for many years. Probably the most famous example of code was codes that were used in World War II. The German forces used to send information between different parts of their army and military and navy using very hard to break codes. The Allies, especially those in the UK, they created a computer, the first ever computer ever built, which was able to think faster than any human being and do so many different calculations and work out how the code was broken. That computer was called the Enigma. I believe it's still on display in a museum down in England. If you ever get the chance to visit it, you should definitely take advantage of it. But there are so many different codes. We will try and do some more, because codes, I think, are really close to magic because they both share something in common, and that's mystery. Magic's great because of the mysterious element, and the same is true with a code. When you see a code in front of you, there's a whole bunch of mystery. What does it mean? What is it trying to tell me? Is there a secret? Is there a treasure? There's a lot of really exciting things you can do with codes within magic, so we'll probably look at a few more of them later. But that's a quick look at the science element of codes behind that. Okay, okay, so I've prepared that code for you. I'm going to bring it up to the camera now so you can read it and see if you can translate what this code means for the next lesson, or write it below in the comments. So pause the video there so you can have a quick look at it. Good luck, good luck, good luck. Oh, and also, good luck with that. And also, if you don't mind, please do send me your own long line codes or number codes. Leave them in the comments. In fact, leave your comments below using the number code if you can work out the secret to it below, and then I'll try and translate them and I'll give you a shout out for the best comments. Hey, thank you so much for joining us for Quantum Magic. Glad you had fun in that one, Olivia.
Yeah.
That was tricky. Didn't you be able to perform that?
Maybe.
Maybe is the answer we're getting. Needs lots of practice. I'm not surprised. Do practice it. This one will need more than 19 times, my favourite prime number. More than 19 times you've got to practice one in front of a mirror. But when you get this one right, it is absolute killer. So remember to leave comments below using the code. Subscribe just over there where the lamp is. We'll see you tomorrow. For tomorrow, you'll need 2 plastic transparent cups, kind of party cups you'd use. You need a pair of scissors or an X-Acto knife. And you will also need some water and some food colouring. Blue, red is what I would recommend. And we're going to do a super cool trick. So I hope you will be there tomorrow for another Quantum Magic Lab. So from me, Kevin Quantum, and from
Olivia Quantum.
We'll see you later. Take it easy. Bye-bye.